Hello everyone, how are you? Great to be here as always. And today is Wednesday, 25th of June. Hope everyone's having a good day wherever you are. And as I said yesterday, today we're heading down to Glastonbury Music Festival. So this week there's likelihood is that majority of my lives will be recorded, as this one is. But don't worry, I'll do my very best to not only enjoy myself at Glastonbury, but also to bring you some content as well. As far as OES is concerned, I haven't got any updates for you there as yet. There was a pop-up yesterday, if you saw, from Marty DeGarmo. Wednesday today, he's having some blood tests with the possibility of him coming out by the end of this week from hospital. So send him all our prayers and best wishes that he gets the right results from that. Apart from that, I haven't got anything else, I'm afraid, as far as the business is concerned to bring you. Obviously, we wait for our CEO, Ash Mufareh, to come to the table to bring us some more news. But please, stay positive, stay on track, stay the course. But more importantly, make sure that we do not spread rumors or spread information that you are using because you feel it is might be true or anything like that. If our CEO hasn't said it, guess what? It isn't happening. So make sure that you are getting the right content from the right people. So then, what am I going to talk about today is content creation. Yesterday, if you remember, we talked about chatbots and the place that those are in it. And we've talked it at length, haven't we, about AI marketing. Now, to be able to do any kind of marketing, but more specifically how AI marketing is going to work, then we need to make sure that the content of our marketing is going to be correct. And this is certainly, for me, I feel an area that you have to give it an awful lot of thought. Why? Because we are targeting an audience for specific products and services, that niche, and the wording within the marketing has to be specific as well. So the content within it has to be well thought through. So content creation is the process of producing various forms of media, such as text, audio, and video, to engage and inform a specific audience. Its core component of digital marketing, branding, and online communication, with the goal of providing value, solving problems, and or entertaining and marketing. So let's have a little look then at key aspects of content creation. First off, and then, is diverse format. Bit complicated that. What is a diverse format? This is the content that can be have many forms, including blog posts, social media updates, videos, infographics, new word for me, and podcasts, and a lot more. I was saying the other day about social media advertising, again, how a fantastic forum that is to get your brand out there. And the reason that is because you can do a lot of it free. It doesn't have to cost you any money. And building your brand, building your product, whatever you are trying to get eyes on, then social media is certainly one of those areas that I would encourage you to look at. Doing blog posts. Now, blog posts are fantastic things. They are for people who are mainly wanting to learn more about certain things and are prepared to read a longer post. Now, you will find, if you are going to be a blogger, that the traction you have at the beginning is very, very small. But that should really not discourage you from doing it, because you have to build on your blogs. And what are the key aspects of building anything to do with social media is consistency, doing it regularly on a regular basis. And the more you do it with the content that people uh, are interested in, then you will get more and more people coming back to you. You can also be a video blogger. Now, in essence, I am a video blogger. That is kind of what I do. I bring content to you, hopefully of interest, of things that are going to aid you and help you within your business. And I do it using a video format. Why? Because it suits my style, it suits who I am to be able to do video content. And again, I do it on a consistent basis. I try and bring something fresh and new to you on a daily basis. And you can also have podcasts as well, which is a mix of the both, which is videos and the text put into one. There is various platforms and you can use those. Again, a lot of people like to mix the two together. You've also got to look at that thing called target audience. We talked about why having a target audience is very, very important for your success in business. And the successful content creator involves understanding and catering to the needs and interests of a specific audience. This goes back to me saying about that niche market, being specific about your product, and really analyzing what the customer is looking for in your product. And once you understand what they are looking for, then you can create your content with those specifics that somebody is looking for within your content that you are going to be posting out there. Makes sense, really, at the end of the day, doesn't it? So how do you get that information? That goes back to, remember yesterday when we were talking about chatbots, when you can use those for surveys, following up, gaining that data. Once you've got that, then you can make the content to put out. There is a pattern here when you are doing any marketing. Okay, you have to have the information first prior to doing the marketing. Why? Because it will save you, number one, an awful lot of money, but also number two, an awful lot of time, because you are always tweaking your adverts to get the best click through ratio, sales through it, all the rest of it. If you ever do any marketing of any sort, you are continually looking at the analytics of your advert to see how successful it is. If you put time prior doing the content itself and the advert, it will pay huge dividends to you because you are having a better chance of being in the right area for your target audience. And that comes from that data, from the analytics that you've gained. Very important. This goes along with strategic planning. Okay, content creation is just not random. Okay, like I said, you can't just throw something in an area and expect it to work. You have to be very specific. It involves research, like I said, planning, okay, of how you are going to plan your marketing campaign. Also, you need to make sure as well that whenever you do a marketing campaign, not only have you done your research beforehand, before you've actually done your planning, but also there's a back end to it. And we will do the back end side of things. Probably tomorrow I'll do that if I can just write it down so I remember. Wait 1 second. Let me look. Because again, that is so important, guys. There it is. The back end of marketing is the follow-up, basically. So if somebody has shown an interest, you need to have something in place that will follow up that interest and hopefully turn it into a sale. If you've made a sale, again, you have to follow up on that sale with certain things. And we'll talk about that tomorrow. So the strategic planning involves the research, the planning, and a well-defined strategy to achieve specific goals. Again, the goals within your marketing campaign need to be specific. You need to, otherwise, you won't have a target that you are looking for that you will be able to achieve. So you have to set out, we'll say, for instance, I've got $100. I'm going to put it into this marketing campaign. I'm going to go to this specific area at this specific time with this specific age group, and I am looking to have X amounts of sales and so many clicks or views on my website, products, etc. This is your specific goals of what you are trying to achieve. Can you change them? Of course you can. But you've got to have something so that you know where you're at. Very important. All of this you need to document. Okay, it's important again. Get the old Excel spreadsheet out. It's used time and time again. I do. I've got spreadsheets for spreadsheets. You know, the information you gain is going to be so important moving forward. Okay, this thing up here has a tendency to forget, and if you've got it written down, guess what? You're not going to forget. Value and engagement is also important as far as your content is concerned. Effective content provides value to the audience, whether through education, entertainment, or problem solving. Again, when you are doing your website, when you are putting content out there, it's not just about sales. Okay, there has to be other areas within it as well. An FAQ site, for instance, that is a problem solving area. Within your website, you have to have frequently asked questions. Why? Because it helps people understand many things. So again, it's not just about a sales platform. Engagement with the audience. How do we do that? Why not have a bonus discount page, for instance? Okay, a sales page, for instance. That again is engagement with the customer so that they're getting good value out of your products and services. And the last one then is education. If you are specific in your products and services, you should have an area where people can go to educate themselves how to use your product or service. Again, that is going to aid you in as a business to be able to give the customer exactly what they want. All these things, guess what, have to be well thought out before you even do your marketing campaign. If your marketing campaign is to sell a product, your product is probably going to be on a website. Your website have to have all of these things that I've just talked about now for it to be successful. Because if somebody, you do a marketing campaign, for instance, someone clicks on the link that sends it to the website, you have your product there, and all it is the product and has nothing else there, doesn't have any FAQs, doesn't have how you use the product and service, doesn't have any discount areas, doesn't have contact details, doesn't have the chatbot, doesn't have the support, doesn't have all of these on it, what is your chance of making a sale? That all has to be done prior to the marketing campaign. So you see how we're building up now over what I'm bringing to the table, building up now a real good idea of in what stages things need to be done and what you actually have to do to make it a success in your business. Now, I'm not advocating for one moment that you have to do all of these things. I'm not saying that it's on you to do all of these things, because with our business, a lot of this is going to be done for us. But knowledge is power. And as long as you've got the knowledge for what is meant to be there and how it works, then you're putting yourself in a much better position. And the last one then in that category is promotion. Content needs to be promoted to reach the intended audience, often through various digital marketing channels, exactly like I said. So what is the process of content creation? Addition. Coming up with ideas for content that are relevant to the target audience and align with business goals. These go into your content. Research, conducting through research on chosen topics to ensure accuracy and depth of the content you are putting in about your product or service. Content development, crafting the content in the chosen format, paying attention to quality, reliability, and accessibility is paramount to the success of people moving on to purchase your product or service. Content development, we said that. Optimization, content for research, search engines, SEO, to improve its visibility. We've talked about SEO before, haven't we? If you don't want to know what that is, it's on this channel. You can go back and watch that video, and I explain exactly how SEO works and how to improve your chances of being higher in that visibility. Distribution, sharing the content through appropriate channels such as social media, websites, and or email. Personally, I think that's a bit of a dead duck these days, but it is still a format that people look at. Promotion, actively promoting the content to reach the target audience. Again, that would be paid. And again, you would have to be very specific in the areas that you are looking for that. The last one is analyzing. Analyze the performance of the content to identify what works well and areas for improvement. Like I said, if you are doing any advertising, you will find that you spend an awful lot of time looking at the analytics, the data that comes back, and tweaking your advert to get the best possible result out of it all. Also, there's content creation in the digital market. Content creation is a fundamental aspect of digital marketing, driving traffic, generating leads, and building brand awareness. It also allows businesses to establish themselves as thorough leaders in the industry and foster customer loyalty. By providing valued content, businesses can attract and engage potential customers, ultimately influencing their buying decisions. So let's just wrap this up now. Before you do any marketing, these steps need to be done. Before you do any marketing, you have to have a website. Before you do any marketing, all of the aspects of a website have to be put into place. I've gone through a few here. We will expand on websites at a later date. But for now, start thinking about how you are going to put your content together. You can start writing it down or putting it on Word about your content that you are going to do. We know we are going to be in the digital marketing forum, an area. Okay, start looking at words that you can use within the content that people are going to align to. This is important. This is where you gain your traction as far as your brand is concerned. All of these things you can do now. You can start researching them. You can start jotting down stuff so that when we do get going, you stand yourself in a very good stead to be able to be one of the 4 leaders of our products and services. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Be back around tomorrow and we will do the back end of the marketing of what we have to do tomorrow. Okay, see you soon. Have a great day wherever you are. Bye for now.